Hi Janice, thanks for your video. That was enjoyable. Accountability is always a really tough area. And when I do consulting, I look at business accountability, and normally they're just looking at products. They're looking at product sales. They're also thinking about customer satisfaction, efficiency, and things like that. When you come to schools and accountability, it's enormous. It's like 20 businesses, because it is customer satisfaction, because you have parents and community people who expect, and often some expect more than others, and they don't always participate. Whereas you can do feedback surveys often from consumers and they'll tell you, but you can't always get that from parents. So it's very difficult. The other thing is test results. Test results are enormous, and it's really difficult to narrow it down in order to really isolate certain behaviors or patterns that may be factors in determining the test results. But instead, it's treated very much like quantitative data, in the sense that there's nothing that factors into it. And that's not accurate. There are so many factors. It could be, it rained that day and students didn't come, and so test scores were down on that particular. There's so many things that could go into it that contribute and sway the results. And that's on a very minute level. And I know that we can look at a larger scale level, and you can kind of see growth. You can watch that. But I think the thing that always concerned me was when I would see growth, and then it would stabilize or drop down a little bit, then there would be growth. I never could really justify in my mind where it was coming from. I will always struggle with test score data because I think there's so many other things to look at. I think building a strong culture, all these other things that feed into it have to come first, and we don't always look at that. And I think that because every student is unique and different, we're also battling something. I run businesses. I have a business right now, and I have a product. I know what my product looks like. It doesn't change. If that product gets old, I invent a new product. So it's so much easier in business when it comes to accountability than what it is for schools. So I think the hardest work is what we do as administrators, the way we try to guide our schools to success and how we measure that. And then the fact that we're forced to use measurements that we may not agree with, that come from other entities outside of us, who sometimes don't understand or see it completely different. But good post. I like the way you walked. I love the example you gave of one of the struggles that you had this week, and I think that's characteristic. I think it's typical. I think that happens often, more than we want to admit, that it just becomes difficult to follow it. School systems are a complicated beast, very complex. So anyway, thanks for sharing. I really enjoyed it. And listen, you have a good day.